Yeah, I just okay. Welcome back to my channel. For the video, I'd like to say that an update. The negotiations, like I said, is right now broken down between TWU Local 100 and the agencies, NYCT Transit MTA. Of course, the agency says, we're doing everything we can to get a fair and just contract. But it's beginning to sound like something from Big Machine Records. So I don't know how much you can believe them, because apparently they're following the pattern they did 14 years ago, before the last strike. Well, as we are speaking, Metro North and Long Island Railroad also are running without a contract. And this sets a dangerous situation. Imagine if all three systems were everybody were to walk off all at the same time. Yeah, that bad. So, like I said, the next video is about Lawrence G Reuter. I know people will keep asking why would I call this guy a douchebag. It's because he has done stuff that he shouldn't have done. And I witnessed stuff that I wish I hadn't seen. But, I caught him in the act one day, so at a funeral, smiling, lying on one day and then stabbing you in the back the next. That's not the type of person I want to be hanging around with. So without further ado, here's my video that I recorded earlier. All right, take care. Thanks. Hi, it's Alcan. Welcome back to my channel. Some time ago, me and my son were discussing stuff that happened when I was working for NYCT Transit. And one of the subjects, ironically, was about one of my former bosses, Lawrence G Reuter, which I like to often call him douchebag. Now, I'm sure people will say, well, why do you keep calling him that? It's not like you know the guy personally. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Well, it's not just the stuff that he did was horrible or ridiculous or something that's deadly or stupid. Unfortunately, I have witnessed some of this stuff myself. Particularly, one day, I was at a funeral for this track worker who was working at Queens Boulevard line. And unfortunately, he tripped on a bolt and he fell and he got electrocuted by the third rail. So they're having a funeral for him, and it was a Sunday, and I was on vacation, so I decided to pay my respect for the person. By the way, the track worker was also studying to be a minister. Unfortunately, he never got the chance to do it. So everything was going fine. Speaker after speaker praising the deceased employee. Of course, open casket, everything, so on. And then lo and behold, guess who had the nerve to show up at the man's funeral? That's right, douchebag himself, Lawrence G Reuter. He did a few minutes to also praise him. There's a reason for that. Oh, I wish he knew him, and so on and so on. Those are the last words I remember he say. And then he left. That should have been the end of the story. Unfortunately, they were investigating what happened to him. And then sometime later, about a month or so, they came out with a report detailing how he died and what happened. Somehow his information of his medical use was leaked to the public. So they're trying to say that it was his fault that he tripped. That he was heavily medicated. It didn't sit well to many of us that were there that day. So that's how he got his name, douchebag. And of course, it's not the first time he done this. There's a lot of examples I could talk to you about. So, me and my son were talking about him, and he wanted to see what he looked like. So we do what everybody else does. We Google this stuff up. So we were looking for him. We had a real problem with the spelling. And lo and behold, yes, we found him, but we also found something else that we weren't expecting. Seems like an article was written by the New York Times back in 2005 when he was still president of the transit. He got caught in an unethical violation. Seems that he accepted some gifts from a vendor that does business with New York City Transit buses. And I think it was Detroit Diesel, I'm not sure. Some golfing equipment and circus tickets. Like turning the subway system on its employees is not enough of a circus. You have to get circus tickets too. Well, the problem was he didn't report none of this. So somehow somebody found out, banged him in, and he was very embarrassed when he got caught because now he had to pay a huge fine. I think 3 times the amount that he got in gifts. He was embarrassed. Well, embarrassed. You should be lucky you didn't go to jail, because that's where you belong, dude. Jail. You left the destruction from Washington, D.C. to New York. You screwed up a lot of lives. You pissed people off. You're responsible for that transit strike. And then you want to shut down the Sea Line one day because the circuit breaker house, or whatever it was, for Canal Street burned up. People were pissed off. You're the one who should have been running in jail, not Roger's son. You. So, just in case as Lawrence G Reuter is still alive, or his family members wanted to sue me, they're not going to get too far. Because all I have to do is pick up that New York Times article and say, listen, this is where I base my information from, because this is something he did. Normally. It's only that this time he got caught. So, in case you're wondering, well, you got to remember, he did run the Washington Metro, and he left there in a hurry after an accident. So, what else can I tell you? And he has that smile that's like one of those fake gangster fancy guys, one of those cheap made TV movies. Not like soprano quality, cheap quality and stereotype BS. He's like, he smiles and he tries to put the hand on your back, patting you like he's trying to be your best friend, when reality is he's trying to find a soft spot to put the knife in. That's not somebody you want to be friends with. No. So this is Alcan saying so long for now, and don't forget your stop. Oh yeah,